When you're in your 50s, you could be earning more. You could be launching kids from the nest, maybe paying down debt, and your retirement is in sight. What are some of the biggest financial mistakes that people make in their 50s that you need to avoid? I've got that and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. In your 20s, it's getting off to a good start. In your 30s, building the right habits. In your 40s, hold on. You're just trying to hold on, right? Life is moving fast. There's all sorts of distractions financially, and it's really about balance of both saving up for the future and having keeping with those good habits while also enjoying the moment. In your 50s, you got to be accelerating towards that goal. And in your 60s, it's landing the plane. Yeah, in your 50s, it can be make or break. This is the retirement red zone. It's really going to be that decade that separates you from, yeah, I was on track and I finished strong, or, I got a little distracted and we got a little off track. And I want the former. I want the 50s, your 50s, to be when you accelerate towards your financial goals. And doing so, it involves overstepping or missing or breezing right past some of the common financial planning mistakes that can trip people up when they're in this crucial decade. I've got 4 of them that I want to hit for you right now so that you can avoid them. Number 1, not maximizing catch-up contributions. That's right, catch-up contributions. Again, in your 50s, you're likely in your peak earning years, and hopefully you're on track to maybe max out your 401k or maybe max out your Roth IRA. Hopefully you've got that sort of distance and that space, especially if you're paying down debt or maybe you've launched the kids from the house, you've got some more discretionary income. So go out and max out those retirement accounts. But in your 50s, that's when catch-up contributions open up. So beyond, in your 401k, 403b, beyond the $23,500 limit for 2025, you can do an extra $7,500 in the year that you turn age 50, starting in the year that you turn age 50. Got this question recently. Well, is there ever a maximum time? Like, can you only do those catch-ups for a couple years? No. That catch-up contribution limit, that's permanent. That applies for the rest of your career. It's the super catch-up contribution that starts at age 60 and ends at age 63. That's an additional amount. But in your 50s, taking advantage as soon as you turn 50 of these catch-up contributions. That's the amount that you can do extra into your 401k, but there's even an extra $1,000 that you can do to your IRA or your Roth IRA. And then the other sneaky catch-up contribution that catches a lot of people by surprise, or they just didn't realize, I didn't realize that was a thing. At age 55, that's the year that you can start doing an extra $1,000 in catch-up contribution to your HSA, your health savings account. So most importantly, make sure that your contributions are on track for your retirement goal. And if that includes maxing out your 401k, your Roth IRA, maybe your HSA, also include catch-up contributions so that you're taking advantage of these extra tax shelters as well as the compound growth that it can add up to for your financial life. Second big financial planning mistake people make in their 50s is waiting too long on Roth conversions. Roth conversions, that's where you shift pre-tax dollars from your traditional IRA or your pre-tax side of your 401k over to the Roth side so that money can grow tax-free for your financial life. If only it was that easy. The problem is shifting pre-tax dollars from the traditional side or pre-tax side over to the Roth. That's a taxable event. And you might be looking in your 50s, even listening to this saying, what? Those are peak earning years, like you mentioned. It's not time to do Roth conversions. I'll think about that later. And here's what later means. When you get to retirement, you start looking and saying, if I do a Roth conversion now I'm going to have to pay more tax on my Social Security. Now I'm going to be in that next higher tax bracket. Now I'm going to not be in the 0% capital gains tax bracket. Now I might have to pay extra for my Medicare, Part B and Part D. There's all sorts of reasons once you get to retirement where you say, maybe I shouldn't do it now. And then 1 year, passes and the next, and all of a sudden you've got RMDs that are on a larger amount of pre-tax dollars, creating all sorts of havoc in your financial life. Look at Roth conversions in your 50s and be opportunistic. It's not going to fit every single year, But possibly if you say, yeah, we're in the 22% tax bracket, but there's an extra $30,000 before the top of the 22% tax bracket, maybe take advantage of it. Maybe if you're in those high earning years and you say, yeah, I'm in the 24% tax bracket and out in retirement, I'm going to be in the 22, if not 24% tax bracket because of our lifestyle, because of maybe selling a business or other tax issues that you've got going on. Maybe again, converting up into that 24% tax bracket or near the top of that 24% tax bracket so that you've got more money that can grow tax-free for the decades and decades ahead of your retirement. So don't miss out on Roth conversions, even in your 50s, high income years, just because you think, oh, there'll be a better time out there in the future. Work with your certified financial planner. Don't miss that opportunity. 3, paying off low interest debt too early. And this is a double-edged sword, guys. We've talked about this quite a bit. If you're one of the fortunate ones that has a mortgage still that you refinanced at the 3% rate or even below that, if there's excess dollars, again, in your 50s, you're earning more. Maybe you have kids that have launched from the nest and you've got more discretionary income. A lot of times people look and say, okay, well, I've really been wanting to get debt free, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay off this mortgage and I'm going to do so quickly when you're not maximizing your contributions to your tax shelters. Oftentimes the mistake is people focus more on the mortgage because it's emotional and they're not fully contributing that, they're getting their full company match or getting their catch-up contributions, that sort of thing. There's more they could be doing with tax shelters, and instead they focus on paying down the debt. The other risk, and this is why I said it's a double-edged sword, I see this a lot where people say, well, I've got some extra income. Should I put it on my mortgage? Oh no, it's 3%. You shouldn't. You should save that money instead. And they don't save the money. It just stays in the bank account, or maybe it gets spent. Now, have the right lifestyle that fits for your financial situation. But if the choice is between paying down a 3% mortgage or investing more into your Roth IRA, I'd take the investing more in the Roth IRA. But if really the choice is paying down that 3% mortgage or just having the money sit there, no, then I would pay down the mortgage. Work with your certified financial planner to make sure that you've got the right balance. But paying off debt too quickly, paying off low interest debt too quickly, another one of those crucial mistakes in the 50s. And then finally, number 4, not coordinating all 6 areas of your financial life. When it comes to financial planning, there's 6 areas to your financial life, to my financial life, everyone's financial life. We didn't come up with it. Okay, the Certified Financial Planning Board came up with it, and logic applies. Yeah, that makes sense. But the key is they're all connected. All 6 areas of your financial life are connected. And by the time you get to your 50s, it's time to be looking at your financial life through this lens if you haven't already, because you're about to make some of the biggest financial choices of your life. When should you retire and step away from that paycheck? How do you optimize Social Security? How do you decide for Medicare? Do you take traditional Medicare, Part A, B, D, and a supplement? Do you do Medicare Advantage? What does your estate plan look like? What's your giving strategy? What's your income strategy in retirement? All of these, some of the biggest financial decisions you're going to make in your life. And you've got to look at your present financial position, so your cash flow, your net worth statement, your protection planning, how you're managing the 5 major financial risks that we all live with, tax planning, being proactive about your tax decisions so that you can pay the least amount of tax over your lifetime, your investment planning, investment strategies. Some dollars should be invested for the short term because you're going to use them in the short term. Other dollars should be invested for the long term to fight inflation. Retirement planning, that 5-factor retirement plan so that you have confidence that you're on track for a successful retirement. And then estate planning. What are the instructions and intentions if something happens to you with your resources and ensuring that you've got the right structure to them? Those are the 6 areas of your financial life. And really from the beginning, that's the lens that you need to have as you approach financial decisions. But certainly by age 50, right before you make some of these huge financial decisions that you can't really undo, make sure that you're integrating all 6 areas of your financial life by working with your certified financial planner. And that's it. There you have it. Are you working with your CFP to avoid those 4 major financial planning risks that a lot of people encounter in their 50s and all of the others? Work with your certified financial planner on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one of my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. Right there you have it. Go on and take your next wise step in your financial life.